I want you to think about how many questions you get asked a day. 10, 20, 100. Think about how quickly you answer them just to get to the next chapter of conversation. But what if one of those answers could change the course of your life forever? Would you give it more thought? On the night of December 15th, 2016, Sophia Noonan walked up to the apartment she shared with her boyfriend Sean, only to find him nervously standing on the porch they spent most Sunday mornings on. It was a classic proposal setup, with rose petals and lights, the one she told Sean she had wanted in past conversations. It seemed perfect, but the nightmare was just about to begin. Moments after Sean popped the question, Sophia committed an unthinkable crime. She turned him down. For the past year, I've been trying to figure out what went wrong that night. What was going through Sophia's mind? Why did she have a change of heart? And why in God's name did she decide to live a life of solitude? I'm Hannah McMann, and this is The Unthinkable.
I thought he was the one for her. He came to every Christmas. We had family dinners every Sunday. He snowplowed my drive, even when it was summer. So kind. He let me join his Costco membership. That was really special. Can't get flat screens at a decent price anywhere anymore. He was even in my wedding.
Your sister's boyfriend was in your wedding?
Well, Sophia was the maid of honor. So much dirt she has on me. It's the only way that she was ever going to be worthy of that position. But come on. We all know who the real star was.
I love you.
I love you.
I'm having so much fun.
I had so much fun. It's like before you got here. Don't ever leave me.
So what do you think happened?
I think she snapped.
Like a twig? Marie's actually the one that contacted me about this story. She believes that Sean did everything right in the relationship. And out of all of Sophia's boyfriends, even though there were just a few, Sean was by far her favorite. She even says Sophia wanted marriage, and she has proof.
She loved this dress. She'd even go as far as to throw rose petals on the kitchen floor and play Canon in D on repeat. It was so annoying. But she definitely wanted to get married one day.
Oh.
She was selected as a flower girl for our Aunt Janine's wedding. Mother said I was portly, so I didn't get to walk down the aisle. But she looks beautiful.
She looks giant.
It's my sister you're talking about.
Sophia was cute, and she definitely wanted to get married. But a photograph taken 20 years ago tells us nothing about who she is today. Before I dug further into her childhood, I wanted to talk to her older brother, Scott, who's normal and married, like me.
Sean was awesome. I loved when he subbed on the softball team. His biceps were really big. He could hit the ball clear out of the park. And if you ask me, he could really fill out those pants. And if you ask me again, I would tell you he probably had a big hog in there. My sister was really lucky. And when he talked to you, it was like he was talking into your soul.
Sounds like you're going through a lot. But the question I asked was to please state your name and spell it for the cameras.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It happens.
Yeah, no. He was great. Just like, I loved him, like a bro. Like, no homo.
Oh, of course not.
I'm married to a woman. Oh, shit. Just big cans.
Like how? Here? Oh.
Yeah, huge.
Oh, wow. Good work.
I just really miss him.
No. Have you thought about reaching out to him at all? A text, a call, a DM, maybe even a poke?
We poked once when, it first happened, but
I don't even think he felt it.
I don't see why he would. Did you? One thing was certain. Sean was loved by Sophia's family. Like, really loved. Which begged the question, did they love him more than she ever did? And if so, didn't she realize how lucky she had it? Didn't she realize that some people wait literally years for their mother-in-law to invite them into her book club? I couldn't fathom turning my life over in one night. But for Sophia, it came easily. Almost too easily. Which made me wonder, did she ever love Sean? I tracked her down, which was harder than I thought. And she's off in Southeast Asia on some solo mission. Like a freak. I mean, who travels alone these days? Especially as a woman. It's bizarre, isn't it? Very bizarre behavior.
I mean, it's not that I didn't love him. It's just, I didn't love the idea of him forever. My husband and I have been together since college, and we couldn't be more in love. But thank you for asking. Huh. Wow, that's, great. I'm happy for you. Me too.
The quality on the phone calls with Sophia were bad, as she was staying in hostels on the outskirts of town. It was eerie, sort of like an allegory for the rest of her life. Out of touch and alone.
Toby, come on. We're taking shots.
I gotta go.
That last comment took me by surprise. Not the shots part, but I'll get to that in a later episode. The part about her not being in love with Sean. Because if that were true, then this horrific nightmare was inevitable. And if so, shouldn't Sean have seen the signs? Delayed texts, hurried sex, less dinners together, more dinners with the girls. Someone should have stopped Sean from proposing, making a fool out of himself. But who?
I knew it. I fucking knew it. She never admitted it to me, but I knew she didn't love him. Damn, I'm good.
That's Simon. Sophia's best friend since kindergarten. He had so much honesty and pizzazz, it feels like you were being smacked in the face by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And I kind of liked it.
I mean, if I had the opportunity to work for Nat Geo, I'd absolutely take it. It just makes sense to stay there for a while you're there.
The guy had no filter, like a child or your husband when you call his mom a bitch. He even let it slip that Sophia wanted to become a wildlife photographer. So we're on the record until you say we're off the record. I just want to make sure that's clear.
Okay. Got it.
Do you have something in your eye?
No. Why?
Continue.
I heard that she decided to apply for the job when her mom told her to always keep her nails done, just in case Sean pops the question.
So she's been thinking about this for a while.
No. Just the part where she said if Sean proposes and she got the job, she would sell the ring to pay for an overseas flight.
Understood. Want to make sure that you understand the concept of on the record? Just real quick check. You and I right here. You good?
Okay, but like, what is journalism?
That Simon was a character. But the information created more questions than answers. Where did she even find this job? Indeed? LinkedIn? Or did they reach out to her? And once she got the interview, did she lie to her coworkers about where she was going dressed up on a Tuesday? Did she lie to Sean? Or did Sean even know about her dream job?
Oh, he knew. I remember one night at dinner, Sophia told us all, and he made a joke about how Instagram photographers are ruining everyone's lives.
So you're saying that he dismissed her passion?
Absolutely.
And yet, he got to play softball and go out with his friends.
I mean, he was a typical guy. But doesn't your husband hold you back sometimes?
I mean, first of all, I'm extremely flattered that you can tell just by looking at me that I have a husband. But now that I think about it, I haven't been to book club since we started trying to have kids.
His idea, I'm sure.
No comment. He had a point. I've been married for 3 years. I'm clearly successful. And yet, the second my husband said he wanted to have kids, I'm the one that's been giving things up. Is that really fair? Is that the life I really want? Was that the pressure that Sophia was feeling about her engagement to Sean? Next time on The Unthinkable. You know, I have been to book club every week for 3 years. That's a lot of weeks. That's a lot of books. Why? Do you guys ever give things up? Have you had to stop doing something? Am I crazy? Am I the crazy one? And I don't think it's fair. I want to have a life too. Sure, yeah, kids are great. We'll make it a big whole thing. It's gonna enrich our lives and whatever. Keto diets are bullshit.